Warning, this show contains adult language, probably not suitable for work or kids' ears. So turn it down or throw in earbuds. And thanks for listening to our show. Please, enjoy.
Matter Mock Production.
Podcast where we talk about news, games, comics, and anything else we feel like talking about. And it's been a long time since we recorded anything. Since what, like May 2018, something like that? I think that was the last time we recorded anything. So I think it was like May of 2018 last time.
Yeah, summertime. You're right.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Well, a lot of crap has happened. A lot of stuff has come out since the last time that we podcasted anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. First thing I want to talk about is a couple new games that came out. So let's address the quote unquote elephant in the room in Titanfall Apex. That dropped out of nowhere. I like how they dropped it. It just came out of nowhere. You just look. And hey guys, look, Titanfall Apex is out. No, it's not Titanfall 3 or anything like that. It's our new battle royale. It's free. Play it now.
You know it doesn't have Titanfall in its name, right?
Yeah. It's Apex Legends. I should say.
You don't even have to say.
It's in the Titanfall world.
I know, but whatever.
Yeah. So it's so far because it's kind of like Blackout. It kind of reminds me of like that kind of feel because I felt like if Blackout was free, I would dig that. But then Apex Legends dropped and like the adult battle royale to play. I don't know.
Fortnite too.
Yo, that wave's dead, bruh. That wave's dying.
Even Ninja's playing Apex more.
Yeah, everybody.
Wait, did we even introduce the panel? We didn't even introduce the panel.
I was going to say that, but I was like...
Introduce a podcast. Hold up. Let me introduce the panel before we go any further. First, we got my man Brandon, a.k.a. Bilbo Swaggins. Then we got my man Wiggins, a.k.a. Wigglesworth III.
Hey.
Then we got my man Levi Strauss, a.k.a. Elijah.
Swiggity.
And then we got myself, Eric, a.k.a. King Phoenix. So back to Apex Legends. So like, how do y'all enjoying the game?
It's dope.
I can't aim for shit.
It's dope. Yo, I thought you messed with your sensitivity.
I did, but that doesn't mean I can aim any better.
I can.
Now I think it's just at this point.
Oh boy.
Who y'all play as? I play as Bloodhound. He kind of like makes up for my lack of skill with
Big Shield guy. I don't know his name. Starts with a G, I think.
Walker?
Gilbert Trader. Something like that.
Who?
Yes, I'm on.
I don't have a main character. I just kind of play wherever I feel like.
Yeah, I play with him, and then I play with the Wraith girl.
Yeah, they all seem rather balanced, if you ask me. Like, it don't matter who you play. If you're trash, you're trash. If you're good, you're good. Don't matter who you play. Although I did encounter the gas dude for the first time earlier, and it was dumb annoying. I walked into a room, and then there was a canister sitting on the ground, and then green shit all over the place. And then
is that why, Elijah, we came across a whole bunch of gas traps and we died?
I don't remember dying. I remember you opening a door and just smoke came out and you died.
Yeah. Okay, that was me. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't go through the door. You went through the door.
I opened the door and there was like 3 traps, and I said, "Oh, okay."
He just ate all of it.
I ate all of it. All my HP just went down the drain.
Wiggins, did you end up playing that game yet? Did you?
Nope. Have not had time.
Well, since you grinded on Kingdom Hearts 3, you should.
No, it's not. The reason I grinded to Kingdom Hearts 3 was because otherwise I'd have a hard time splitting my time between schoolwork and Kingdom Hearts. So I decided to take the L and hurry up and beat Kingdom Hearts.
Fair.
That's fair. It's always been like that for you, though, has it, Wiggs?
No, I normally had time to enjoy I like to enjoy my games, not hurry up and beat it so I can.
When it comes to schoolwork and that, yeah. When it comes to schoolwork and gaming, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason I hurry up because I don't feel like I have to play the game or I'm gonna stop at 10 o'clock and play till 1.
Okay, I see where you come from.
That's fair.
I understand that.
I had to do that too.
Well, then let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. What do you think about Kingdom Hearts 3? Does it help any with the story?
First of all,
what I hear is I tried to watch a couple YouTube videos on the story.
No. First of all, Wiggs, was it worth the wait?
I'm buying the game.
Was it worth the wait?
That's the biggest question of all.
Yes.
I would say yes.
Cool.
It was worth the wait. The battle system is fun. The stories, the worlds they introduce in this game are very big, very good. But you could tell towards the end of the game that they started rushing to finish it because it's been in development for so long. Because there are a lot of things happen far too quickly that, in my opinion, shouldn't have happened. And Sora was just freaking annoying halfway through the game. So I'm not going to spoil it, but if for people who've been playing as long as I have and have been waiting as long as me, you'll understand what I mean when you get there.
And you've played all of the Kingdom Hearts, right?
Pretty much only one I haven't played. I tried to play Chain of Memories when they re-released it on PS3. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It was just like it's just almost as painful as playing the first Kingdom Hearts.
Yo,
like I'd have had to play that when it dropped for the DS, not the DS, the Game Boy Advance.
Was it a hard game? Like what? I don't understand.
I just couldn't get down with the like. Here's the thing: when Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories first dropped, it was probably like a year or so after the first game. So it was kind of like, all right, cool. You know, you kind of rehashing a bit, reminding of what's going on, leading you up into 2. With the 1.5 remix, it was playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and then pretty much immediately replaying the same game.
Sure.
And with a card system. And I was just like, I'm not doing this.
So then what's up with like Kingdom Hearts 2.8 or 1.8? Like, what is all that about?
2.8 is Dream Drop Distance and the story and like an Aqua story. So while because I was talking to Warren about which games he should play and which ones he can kind of skip because he's wanted to hurry up and get to 3. Aqua's story you didn't really need to play because all it really told you, it was just like, here's a sample of the battle system for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why we made this little mini game just like 2-3 hours long. Yeah, there's really, and that was really it. It was just like a game, and which is, in my opinion, super kiddie, and doesn't really add much to the story until the end of the game.
Do you think we would have boatloads of fun with the game, or do you think we would have a very meh experience? Especially since I played number 1, but I couldn't tell you what the fuck is going on with the story. I'm in it for the flashiness in the gameplay. Do you think that somebody like myself or any other of the panel members would enjoy the game as much as, say, somebody who knows of the story? Because I can't say knows the story.
As far as like the story itself doesn't get confusing until towards the end. So up until then, the story is almost based on it. Like for once, it's not covering like this huge event going on. It's a self-contained story for the first till towards the end when everything starts happening. So you'd enjoy it. The combat is really fun. The keyblade is changing in the middle of the fight. The attractions you get to use constantly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard that you can use the attraction move.
The flow motion combat when you get a little used to it, and I didn't use that often, but I mostly just like the Keyblade transformations. My favorite's the one from the Pirates of the Caribbean world.
So the Pirates of the Caribbean like graphics, oh man.
It's great.
And Donald look realistic, kind of realistic.
They do look realistic in a in a game like Kingdom Hearts, like wow, they stepped that shit
Yeah,
up.
like some of the they really benefited from the graphical advancements since the last game came out.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's like the game itself is fun to play. They utilize a lot of good things about it. My biggest complaint while playing the game is for a game that's known as Kingdom Hearts when you first played it when it first came out, not a single Final Fantasy character.
Huh.
The entire
Yeah.
game, not a single Final Fantasy character. And I was just like, y'all had like a Square Enix. Like technically, they didn't have one in Dream Drop Distance either, but they pulled a character from they pulled some characters from The World Ends With You, which is a very really good Square Enix game if you haven't played it. I believe they re-released it on the Switch, but very good game to play. That was a Square Enix made one, so they included that, which is a bit of a different direction, but it fit the mood that was going. So it was approved, but nothing. You had no Square. The only Square Enix things you had in there was the magic.
Wait, so no Cloud anymore?
Yeah, like I remember in the first one, you could fight Sephiroth.
There was all types of them in the first one. They were everywhere.
No, in 1 and 2, there are a ton of Square Enix games, Final Fantasy characters in 1 and 2. There were 0 in 3. I was just like, what the heck? Like, that was the whole point.
Maybe that's why the game took so long. Maybe they were having issues with putting those characters in. Maybe Square Enix didn't want to do that.
But why would they? Unless
the main dude who was doing that was doing Final Fantasy. He was stuck in development making Final Fantasy 15. That's why 3 took so long.
He didn't have time. It'd be funny because they would fit. They could have made a world for them.
Are they still doing a remake? So I guess
he's towards when Kingdom Hearts was pretty much done. He left and started working full blast on the 7 remake.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's probably why you don't see any shout-outs or anything from Final Fantasy characters.
Because he did the same thing when 15 was just about done. He was just like, and I'm going over Kingdom Hearts now.
So in a nutshell, gameplay fantastic, visually probably fantastic, and so it seems like a game that I'd probably dig. I kind of already knew it anyways because I want to get it just because, I mean, the gameplay in number 1 was fantastic. I mean, it
definitely is. It's a lot of fun.
As long as it still play like Kingdom Hearts 1, I'd enjoy it. So, so it don't play like Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts, you've never played 2, so you haven't seen the improvements they made. Kingdom Hearts 1 is super clunky. Like
it's played better than Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
That's even better.
It's a flowless. The combat flows so much better. Kingdom Hearts 1, everything is clunky. It requires a lot more skill, but it also made it really boring having to go back and replay it. And they really fixed that in 2, and then they made it even better in 3.
It sounds like a game I'm gonna have to buy. So all right, so let's get on with Crackdown 3, probably the most disrespected game on this little list that I got here.
Now, have you played the first one and the second one, right?
I have.
Yeah,
I played the first one.
I played both. They're just free for all, like shit fest, basically.
I tried Wrecking Ball or Wrecking Zone and the campaign earlier today. I haven't played it enough to be like, oh, I really dig this game, or oh, this game's not for me. But for what I play, it just seems like it's a very middle of the road game.
They hyped it up, like with the destructible environments, every single thing.
Terry Crews.
Yes.
They should have pulled Apex Legends and not said Jack until it was out.
They should have did that. Honestly,
I think
they hyped that up mad. Like the past couple E3s, they were piping that.
Yeah, I think that's why they couldn't just be quiet about it.
Well, sometimes it's better to be quiet because if they ain't said Jack and then this game came out, people would just be like, oh, it's okay, it's not bad.
They hyped it up to the max, and then they had Terry Crews hype it up even more. Like
I don't know.
On that one.
There was some funk with I think it was like IGN or something like that. People were doing it when they were playing it. It was just acting like the game was just complete utter garbage. They didn't even want to.
IGN's becoming complete utter garbage. What are they talking about?
Their reviews and stuff have been terrible.
Garbage. Even their gameplay, they're
really bad.
Garbage.
I think they also were the ones that had the the muff up on the Resident the RE2 review.
Yeah, fuck them niggas, yo.
Yeah,
Fuck them niggas on that. Disrespecting my game, yo. Fucking out of here.
there's like 2 missions in RE2. Oh, that's another game I gotta bring up real quick. Since I'm already done talking about Crackdown 3.
That was quick.
So moving on. So who played the RE2? Has anybody
haven't touched it.
that is out, right? I'm not.
Yeah, I tried it. I haven't bought it yet because
I'm too much of a bitch to play it.
I'm with Elijah.
I'll play it. I just wanted to. Well, I was talking to Elijah about it because I wanted to get it, but I'd rather get Anthem first and then play RE because I already played the original one heavily, like for hours, like at a time. And
Yeah, but they switched up a lot since then, though. Like I've
So
watched
I've
people
heard.
play the demo, and it's not the same game.
it's really not. They added a lot more depth to the police station as a whole. So that's why I'm pretty anxious to still play it because how they introduced the liquor and Mr. X, bro, like that shit was hilarious. Like I'm definitely down.
Yeah, those Mr. X videos are hilarious.
X gonna give it to you, bro. I was
That one,
dead, yo.
the bizarre adventure ending.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yo, they did. Mr. X is dope, yo. Like that's the one thing.
Malik was just funny.
Yo, Malik's was hilarious, yo. 'Cause it was fun, man. Like how they did Mr. X in this game is a lot better how they did in Resident Evil 2. Even though in the PlayStation original one, he would just pop out like the Kool-Aid Man through the walls and stuff like that. This one, he does both.
Did you see the video where he was walking up on Claire and Claire pulled out that rocket launcher?
Yeah,
Like, no.
Mr. X knew. He already knew. He was like, "Yo, all right."
Oh, didn't he like walk away or something like
Yeah,
that?
he immediately turned around and was like,
Yeah,
no.
he's like, "Yo, my bad dog. You chill."
You straight. Goodbye. Yo, that game looks like love, bro. I'm still confused about the new remake one though. The first Resident Evil 7. I'm sorry.
Well,
Biohazard?
Yeah, that doesn't tie into anything, which confuses the hell out of me still.
ain't that
I
just
think
a
they're just
new
pulling a
Resident
Final
Evil
Fantasy with it.
Yeah. I kind of figured that.
a new story for them, but it don't matter anyway because they'll probably get another remake soon because
We're gonna have RE3 remake actually.
I don't think they're going to do 3.
Yeah,
Yes, they are. They're already talking about it.
Why?
Good question. I have no
Why
idea.
not?
Resident Evil 2 and 3 were the before 4, obviously, which was a really good selling game, but 3 was one of the best as well. 2 and 3 were the best.
You do one like that.
They've done one so many times. They did Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 0, for
When it
GameCube.
come out with the Resident Evil 3 remake, it'll be Dino Crisis, from what I understand.
I would rather them do a remake on Code Veronica or Dino Crisis, honestly.
But
I don't-
Dino Crisis is more than likely coming. It's
That would be low.
from what I understand, Capcom is getting ready to start putting out more of their older games, like HD versions of it.
Everybody's asking for it. Everybody was talking as soon as they announced RE2 remake, they wanted a Dino Crisis. That's fact.
I want Power Stone.
Yeah, we know we ain't gonna get that.
We're not gonna get that.
Their old crap to see if
I
there's a
feel like that game was so slept on, honestly.
It
Nah,
was.
it's still got a following.
Yep.
It's got a following, but again, do you see any new games out?
Of course not, because Capcom has just a roadmap of hey, we're gonna make these great characters.
My
great
So
stories.
now starting to
Okay,
be
bye.
like, hey,
My point. They didn't even add them to Marvel vs. Capcom, bro. My point exactly.
They need to add Ashura to something for that man completely
yeah,
disappeared.
true. I
Another slept on game.
like too. That's another.
What's weird though is they still do reviews on him. He in the last GameStop book I got, Ashura is the angriest game character of all time.
Ha!
Yeah.
I can see that. He's way angrier than Kratos.
Centuries.
This man was
No,
angry for
he's
centuries.
angrier than Kratos, son. He's the
Obviously, he
angriest character.
freaking beat the god who created him. Like, yeah, come on, bro. You have to be some kind of man to
I
beat
would
that man.
actually thoroughly enjoy an anime of Osiris Rap. That
There
would
is
be-
an anime. It's in the game.
Oh,
Well, I would enjoy a movie, honestly.
What do you mean? The game is a movie.
Well,
looks like we just need to go and play the game, huh?
Yep. But there's no way to play
I
it unless
played
you
the
get that
game, but I need
stupid
something
thing.
more. Like, but then again, what can you go? Where can Asura go after that?
What do you
Beating
mean?
your own-
Other people's games.
if you pay attention to the very end of that game, once you beat God and everything,
Yes.
Ashura's Wrath is the beginning of the Capcom universe.
Word?
What?
Yes. Because when they go to the ending and they do all the stuff and they get reincarnated in the future, you see like Chun-Li and all that stuff there.
Yep.
Ashura's Wrath is the beginning of the Capcom universe.
What?
They
You co-signing this? Wiggy,
Huh?
you co-signing that?
Yeah. A lot. I set I gave the account to Elijah so he can play that ending.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
I guess I didn't pay attention.
I didn't play it, so I didn't know.
I played it, but then I don't know. I played it even past the Akuma
And then
part.
if you think about it, it kind of explains why people like Ryu and Akuma and stuff have powers. They're using mantra. Mantra's not completely gone.
Are you serious?
It's the same thing.
My mind is officially blown.
It's the same thing. Hado is mantra.
That game should be bigger than what it is then.
I thought it was going to be way bigger anyway. The
If
freaking gameplay mechanics alone. Like, come on.
Ashura's Wrath is the beginning of the Capcom universe, then I feel like it didn't get the justice it deserved.
Here's what sucks though, is that they literally made that game only playable on the Xbox and PlayStation 3. Like you can't play it on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One at all. Like there's no way. Like I think if I go to somewhere and I see it, like for Xbox 360 or PlayStation, I'm just gonna grab it just to have it.
Just buy it.
So I can never forget that this game was here.
Yeah,
And they
that
still,
game is amazing.
I still want the brass statue they have, but it's impossible to find.
Yeah,
if anybody has,
I thought that was only
$1,000.
exclusive if you pre-order or something, or if you like got the game.
That wasn't a pre-order. That one was a special statue Capcom made separate from the game.
Oh well, it's probably that sounds like it's like $500.
Yeah, unless you eBay that shit, who knows?
It was more than that.
But all
It's
right,
more than that now.
well, let's move on. Let's I hear you had a alpha key to the game Spellbreak. So
an alpha key that actually anyone can get. You just have to wait for it if you sign up on the website.
well, looks like I'll be signing up for the website as soon as we're done with this podcast. So what do you think of the game? Have you played it yet?
The game is fun.
It's a battle royale, right?
It's a battle royale, but it's not like I don't want to say it's like a shooter, but it's not a shooter. Okay, so basically, if you're a Harry Potter fan, this is a game for you.
What?
Because it makes you feel like a fucking wizard.
What?
Nice.
Like
What?
you get that wizard vibe. Like you have like there are elements, there's like 5 or 6 elements, and how the game works is you get gauntlets. You don't get guns. You get gauntlets. And you get different levels of a gauntlet. They all do the same thing. It's just they may charge your skill faster or just be a bit stronger. You have, what is it? I think ice, fire, poison, earth, and wind. Now, this is the part that makes the game unique. Just about every single one of those spells mixes with another.
Huh. Like that
And
one thing
another thing about that is those same exact gauntlets, those like I think I named 6, I can't remember. You can use them for attack and defense.
So they're attack and defense spells.
Yes, because what happens is let's say somebody puts up a poison cloud. And you have an ice gauntlet. You shoot it with ice, the poison cloud doesn't expand anymore. It just freezes.
Huh. So what is it like? Is it a wall that you could climb on at that point?
No, you can't really step on it. You don't want to because somebody can still electrocute it, and it basically just becomes a conduit for electricity for like 10 seconds.
Bitch, like you can mix every fucking.
Yes, it's retarded. Sometimes it's really, really obnoxious.
I haven't won a game like that gave Harry Potter vibes with the wizard shit.
Yeah, like I think that's the whole gist. Like I was watching reviews, somebody said like how Warframe makes you feel like a ninja when you're playing that game.
Yeah, kind of.
This game makes you feel like you're a wizard. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just playing another battle royale game.
You're a wizard, Elijah.
Huh?
Guardian of
You're a wizard, Elijah.
Pretty much. I actually made my first stream of it. Like, you're a wizard, Levi.
Wow.
Oh,
Is it only PC only?
Right now, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But they're going through Epic, so you know if Epic really likes it and it comes out fully, they might put it on console for free, just like Fortnite.
See, Brandon, you need to get a PC so you can also play Age of Empires 2 with us because we're gonna have to sit down and play.
Y'all playing Age of Empires?
Yo, it is. Don't knock it until you play it with us because it's
It sounded like he was interested. It didn't sound like he was like.
Oh,
I know about the game. I just don't. I never really looked into it, but I know about it.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun as shit. It's fun as shit when you play with friends.
As long as you're making dumb sound effects.
You said that about Sea of Thieves. What happened, cuz?
We haven't played it together yet, cuz.
I'm never playing that game again. You already
Yeah, I see exactly my point.
That's because we spend an hour going through
longer than an hour.
Longer than an hour,
bro.
A pirate, a skull fort, and then somebody came and stole our stuff to them. And go,
yo, I can't rock with that, yo.
Nope.
Working hard with the squad just to get robbed and start all over.
And now we got Apex Legends, so we can just move on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm never playing that game again. Like that game, I deleted it literally that.
Let's go get some treasure. 2 minutes later, we're robbed.
Yep.
Like nah,
that hurt.
All that work for nothing.
Nothing, yo. I hate grinding for nothing, bro. I can't do it, yo. I hate that. That's the worst, bro.
It's like playing a game for 100 hours and somebody comes and deletes it.
Yeah, it's just,
no.
Facts. It's like playing NBA 2K, yo, and somebody comes and deletes your my player after your stats up. It's cracked.
But Age of Empires 2 and Apex Legends and
is that turn based?
No.
Age of Empire?
No.
No, it's a real time strategy.
Yeah.
Ew. Kind of like World of Tanks?
No. What?
Isn't that real time strategy too?
No, you just walk around shooting people with tanks.
Oh. Oh.
Brandon gonna get in there and be like, what do I do?
That would be lost.
And like, how do I build a farm?
How do I do?
I ran out of farmers. How do I?
I would love to play World of Warcraft 2 again, but I ain't paying that money for it.
Yeah, make that free. But all right, so let's go on to the current events, the fresh topics. So the first topic I got here, Sean Layden of Sony claims it's developers who need to ask for crossplay, not Sony being stubborn. Now, this comes from a game called Wargroove. Apparently, it's crossplay. It has crossplay, and the developers of Wargroove was like, "Hey, we wanted crossplay. We asked y'all, but y'all said no." That was in response to Sean Layden saying that, "No, we're down for crossplay. Y'all just gotta ask us." And the developer's like, "No, wait a second. No. We did ask you. We showed up there. Y'all motherfuckers said no." So it seems like there are some people who are actually kind of interested in the Sony camp and holding hands with everybody else and letting crossplay become a thing. I think we're getting rather close to that reality, and I'm getting excited for it. I am dumb excited.
Sony's made a lot of smart moves, man, past couple years, to be honest. I'm not even lying.
They're making a lot of Sony moves. They're not bad moves. They're just.
At least they ain't putting good consoles out of business no more.
I mean, doing better than Microsoft. You say that much.
Microsoft shooting themselves in the foot.
Go on.
Scalebound was the first one. I'm sorry. Scalebound was
as soon as they unannounced that, I think that really
was
the biggest failure right there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they just got rid of it and say, "Yeah, we're working on another project. We'll bring it back." No, they just said, "Canceled. We're done."
Should have came out.
Not in my books.
What you didn't like the idea of well?
Oh no, I think Microsoft failed when they
2013
initially released the Xbox One.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was
they didn't release it with nothing. It just came out and it was like,
there wasn't a release title, was there?
No, talking about the 2013 when Xbox came out and it was I think it was Donnie D who was head of Xbox, and they was talking about more of a media box instead of Xbox.
I remember that whole thing.
And people got mad because Xbox saying we're trying to get away from discs, and Sony capitalized on it as it should. And then it was just like, oh, every Xbox One is going to come with the Kinect. Everybody complained. And 3 years later, guess what's in everybody's house? An Alexa. That does the exact same thing. Xbox stuck to their guns, they'd be winning.
It's the craziest thing. Everything that they said in 2013 actually ended up happening.
Alexa's worse, though.
Yeah, I mean, we got what was crazy to me. Like, I didn't like the price tag with the Kinect. I didn't like that. But But it's like, how you gonna be mad about that when you have a cell phone with a camera that points at you all day? Come on. Come on.
That's because it's a cell phone and people are self-absorbed.
Yeah, Connect wasn't really well received, honestly, and that god awful Dragon Ball Z Connect game was.
That was trash.
I think
Woo, boy.
to make some sort of
What
like
was that Star Wars game? Also trash.
VR stuff. I think it should have been repurposed, and they should have did like a partnership with Oculus and made some VR to go along.
I think they should have waited on that, honestly, because I think that was released way too ahead.
Or just left Nintendo to be the only ones with motion shit.
But
Yeah, they tried to hop on that wave, didn't they?
Everybody
And
did.
failed.
Sony was like, "Oh, we got our little thing that looks just like a Wiimote." Ain't nobody care about it.
That was
But
trash.
now with Phil Spencer at the head of it, he's doing good stuff. It's just my Xbox is a lot like the Redskins are. They're even when they do good stuff because of 2013, that nobody gonna care. Nobody
They
Xbox.
The Redskins, no, that's not the same comparison.
good.
The Redskins don't make good decisions either.
They have it for years. They have it for years.
There's just no good decisions on Redskins. Let's not even turn this into a football thing. Let's just leave that statement alone. I'm done.
Xbox has just been biting themselves in the ass. You know what I mean? I feel like Scalebound was the first of just many downfalls that they had recently.
I think that the next generation is going to be the most interesting generation because of what Xbox and Microsoft are trying to do and what they're causing everybody else to do.
I feel like Oculus is also stepping people's games up as well.
They're coming out with a more consumer friendly version of an Oculus, which I might look into. So I'm gonna keep my eyes out for that because I like VR. I like what
I do. I've seen. I follow a couple of YouTubers that specifically go for VR games. There's actually a superhero one that looks pretty good as well. Nah, I don't know. Just when I was looking at the gameplay, your hands just look like lightning, and you just fly, and you can just kill people, or you can just fly through buildings. You're just playing through Man of Steel, basically, but you're not Superman. You like literally fly through buildings, and you turn around, you just see a bunch of holes through buildings you just made. You can like shoot beams, pick up cars, pick up people, slam people. You could pick somebody up, fly them up, drop them, like just stuff like that. So I mean, VR's come a long way.
So
honestly.
So in talking about like the whole streaming and all that jazz, because the next topic we kind of already covered. What franchise would you like to see rebooted?
Oh, hold on. We definitely just talked about Microsoft and we talked about Sony, but we ain't saying nothing about Nintendo.
Because we already that's Nintendo self-explanatory, right?
Well,
it's self-explanatory, but
holding hands with Microsoft over there.
I just want to bring up one game that Nintendo is working on. Just one. I don't need to bring up any other ones. Astral Chain. It's a platinum game coming out specifically for the Switch. It looks amazing.
What's it called?
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain?
Yes, it was on the Nintendo news thing. I can't remember what it's called.
Was it the same time that they released the new Ultimate Alliance 3 trailer?
Is there going to be crossplay?
Yeah, the one with Carol Danvers.
Oh, it can't be crossplay.
Yo, we got to talk about that too, because Brie Larson done bit herself in the foot on that shit.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to explain that.
I will later.
Isn't Brie Larson's Captain Marvel?
Yeah, yo. So she basically like.
Hold on, but let's save that.
Okay. Hold on,
comics and stuff.
Right now, we're gonna move on to how long do you think it will take for game streaming to become the new standard?
It already is.
I feel like it already is.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is a new standard yet.
I think it is. We got Ninja on posters at 5 and below. I think it is.
I think that in next generation is going to be.
Before that, it was PewDiePie. So I mean, what's up?
Yeah, PewDiePie didn't have posters or nothing. I didn't really see him anywhere.
I did before.
I don't think hardcore gamers are going to ever stop buying physical copies.
No, that's never going to happen.
It will always be like, for example, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not buying that digitally. I'm buying a physical copy of that because I want that.
This game was lit.
Anthem, I'm buying a physical copy of that. Mortal Kombat X, I'm buying a physical copy of that.
Better try to get that collector so you can get that Scorpion mask.
No, that joint is like $500. No thanks.
It ain't no 500.
Was it like 3, 4?
350.
Yeah, I'm all right.
350
for what?
I'm all right.
For what, the Scorpion mask with the game?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's worth it, bro. Have you looked at it?
It's not wearable, right?
No.
No, you can't.
Don't want it.
This game was lit, Elijah.
Yeah, I told you. That's
I'm
a
confused
Switch
as to
exclusive.
what's going on. I just see police people with like partners that's like lit as fuck.
Personas.
Oh,
That's exactly what they look like.
That's
They look like
exactly.
the things from JoJo as well.
No, why do they look so familiar? Wiggins, you love this game, yo.
Wait, y'all think game streaming is the new standard now?
What do you mean,
What?
games?
Game streaming.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
been like that for like a good couple years already, bro.
Project X Cloud ain't out yet. I'm not talking about like downloading. I'm talking about streaming.
Are you talking about streaming games, not like actual people streaming?
Yeah, how long do you think it will take for games
I
streaming?
honestly
Never.
don't want them to have a server where you stream the games from. Like, so basically, you never. So let's see what you're explaining is you never download the game.
Nah,
You stream it from something.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Nah, yo, because then
The thing is, everybody's coming out with a game streaming service now. Everybody.
Who's everybody?
What I have to say? What do you mean?
I don't know who else is doing anything like
Xbox.
that.
Now, did they explain it the exact way I just said? You never download the game. You just play the game off of a server.
Amazon, all of them are coming out with a game streaming service.
Yeah, but Elijah has a good point. Are
What
they
do you
streaming it
mean
off
by
of their own?
game
Are they
streaming?
doing it off of a server, or are they
Exactly.
doing it off of like how Xbox doing like a Game Pass thing or something?
Netflix. You play it off of a server.
That's no.
Nah, that
would
can
never take
backfire. That would
Well,
backfire
I
completely.
won't say
wouldn't it?
it won't take off, and I won't say it won't happen, but I will say I don't want it.
Oh no, it's not that. It's not. It's going to happen. Like,
I
It's
don't
not
want it to.
because you like get. It's not like you can't do that like you can do Netflix and Hulu because you're only dealing with some X amount of data which isn't moving.
Right, you got like continual servers working overtime to stream these games. Like, nah,
Imagine how big the servers have to be.
exactly.
And they
On
gotta pay a
top
lot
of
of money
that,
for that.
like just to play like an
Now,
entire movie, a Blu-ray movie is probably like what 12 gigs.
Mhm.
We download video games; they be sitting somewhere between
like 20 and above.
AAA game, you're getting somewhere between 20 and 60 gigs.
now can I
That's
say
not
this though?
download it.
Can I say this though? Now I've been listening to a lot of NPR. Yes, I'm old, not really, but they said something about the whole 5G network thing
Yep.
they're trying to get going.
Yeah.
What if that is going to be the conduit for this whole streaming service? Because apparently the whole 5G
5G is not going to do anything.
That's
5G's not going to do anything.
off of.
And that's just phones. My phone has 5G now.
No. They're not just going to apply to phones.
Yeah,
They're
it's
going to apply
gonna
to
be-
everything. They're actually planning on building a new infrastructure and everything around 5G.
Yep.
Like the 5G on your phone is not the same as the 5G they're talking about.
What you mean that's Wi-Fi though?
No,
No, that's just straight data, right? Data from
it's like data
from the
transfer
yeah.
and
I
stuff.
think-
Like it's gonna be. They have to build a
That's-
whole new
I
thing.
know. I
for it.
have 5G. I have Verizon. I have 5G.
Yeah, I have 5G
The
as well,
problem
yeah.
is it's like that's
We'll
just
have
Wi-Fi,
you can stream too.
huh?
I don't know. I just feel that can just be
Verizon
really
coming
fun.
out with a game streaming service too.
Who?
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah, they are.
work with AAA. Most people aren't gonna. Okay, I'll put it like this: most decent gamers, average gamers, are gonna buy AAA games because that's what they're most comfortable with. That's what they know.
Facts.
They're not really like the more hardcore are going to venture into some indie games, which will be less data to stream. But most people who own systems are going to buy the big name games because that's what drives sales.
Well, I feel like the streaming services would only do indie games at this point because aren't they easier to stream anyway?
No, they're gonna
They
do
are, but like, like the thing is, like, you would have to keep up with for your internet to keep up with streaming AAA games. You almost have to. Your internet has to be ahead of the game, which
Right.
never happens.
Right.
Which is why, like, most of these gaming streaming services only deal with past generation games for the most part. And
Yeah,
then I know
that makes a lot of
Stevenson at one point brought up that they did Odyssey on a streaming service, but he's like but that doesn't work only because you're literally a dot and you're a blip in that whole situation because you're separating, like, you don't have a lot of the main users. I think it was just people who did Google who got access to it, and then it was that small selection of people who actually knew about it. So it's going to work well when you have like 1/99th of the population or whatever streaming the game. It's going to work because you don't have a lot pulling from it. Look at Anthem. They had people doing demos and the servers weren't working.
True.
This is a constant thing. Like every time that we do this, like Destiny had the same thing. Every time a AAA game tries to run off the server, in the regard to the without having to, and that's just, and they're working just off of the game's already downloaded, so you're just running stuff in the background.
Yeah, because
can't even keep up with that.
All the games will be stored on Azure cloud, their cloud infrastructure.
If it is, that just means it's off-site somewhere.
Yeah.
So
now, do you think this will be a good idea? Because from what I understand, as far as Xbox, because it's the only one I've been really caring about, their goal with Project xCloud is to reach people who aren't us, people who don't normally play games. But for example,
That's definitely not going to work.
if Heather wants to try a game, or better yet, maybe if my parents want to try a game, or your parents want to try a game, they don't have a game system, but they want, oh, that game looks kind of cool. Oh, I can stream it on my phone. Oh, let me try that joint. Oh,
that's not the same thing.
But that's who people are trying to. They're trying to tap into this.
That's Play Anywhere. That's not streaming a game.
People who don't have game systems yet, and they're trying to.
That's not the same.
That's not the same. If I'm gonna play a game on my phone, it's gonna be coded differently. It's gonna play differently, and everything is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't use the phones. It's like I'm not. It's like at that point, there's no point in systems anymore.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Then you're going to. You can't do that. That's why they. If you want to test the game out for free, they have demos. They've always had demos. You download it. It's like 12 gig. Actually, Apex beta demo was 25 freaking gigs.
Now, see, I will be more inclined to, because right now I'm still kind of on the road, leaning more towards, I think, because I kind of like the streaming idea, but I'd be more inclined, be more on your side if all these companies were like, no, that wouldn't work. The problem is,
these companies are going to try new things because the first one to do it, and if it does work, they're going to make money.
You have to meet certain. If you want to do that, you'd have to meet requirements. You'll probably have to still buy the game and have it downloaded on your system.
Oh no, the plans from what I understand are you sign up for a service and you stream the game to whatever device that you want to stream it to. That's what I understand.
That's dumb.
Like that is what everybody, like I said, Microsoft, Sony, Verizon, Google, Amazon, like Verizon's doing it. What?
To me, it honestly doesn't make any sense either. Because how can you stream a game from a server? Like that means the server has the graphics card and everything in it, and you're just getting a visualization of it.
Yeah.
So how do you program your game to play through your TV box for Verizon?
I don't know.
You're gonna use the remote? Like
Verizon, I don't know.
Like how the hell are you even supposed to do that? It doesn't make any sense.
But it's what's coming, and the question is, it's going to work.
That's the thing. If it will be what's coming. If you want to go that route, it will always be behind. It will never be current, and it will never supersede what we're doing because we just got one. Like most people, because that requires you to have really good internet. Most people don't even have gigabit speed internet now.
Why not? Yeah. It'll be dominantly played in like one of the well, as far as America goes, it'll be played probably more like on the East Coast, and then like Texas, I hear has good internet, and West Coast and whatnot. But that's also why hardware will never stop selling. It will never stop selling. Because there are a couple people who are like, oh no, because what's the point of the hardware? Don't worry, there will always be a place for a console, a physical console, always. Because I also believe that these people are not trying to target us. I think they're trying to target people who don't play games.
I think it's still a bad way to try to
target them. The people who don't play the games, that's a big population, but they're so fickle.
It's all about dollars, bro.
I know, but it's a fickle population. Because you try a little bit, because that's what Kingdom Hearts did. That's what Kingdom Hearts 3 did a little bit. They went back because they're like, oh, we want to reach a bigger population. Does it work? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it's fickle. Fortnite blew up because of that exact same reason. It's a fickle population.
And you can play Fortnite on the phone too.
Nah, you can play PUBG on that shit. That's just weird, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but how it started? What you have to do with all of them? You have to download the game first.
Yep.
Even on your phone, you have to download it.
Straight through Wi-Fi. Ugh.
Like, it's a lot easier to do when you don't have to have the software. We don't have to download software and play it at the same time. I think Sony is the same way with their games when they do the PlayStation Now. You kind of have to. No, this is entirely streaming, but it works. It works because it's like it's older games.
Yeah, games that take up like
like PlayStation greatest hits and all that shit, bro. Which is easy.
Some people think that Sony might end up going to Amazon Web Services to get some servers because they don't have such an infrastructure like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. That's just I hear some people saying that they think
through Amazon though.
Hit Amazon.
I mean,
hey,
why not?
Yeah, I guess you can't knock it because I mean their Prime Video streaming services aren't not bad at all.
In a nutshell, y'all believe that this going to fall flat?
No, I don't think it's going to fall flat. I don't think
like
it will ever go to the extent to where I can play a current AAA game and have the same result that you're talking about. Because the only reason I don't think that is because of the amount, like a new AAA game is going to require much more information to be sent and received than the game that came out last generation.
So it'll all depend on the infrastructures that these streaming service, these companies have, as far as how good streaming will be.
Because right now, like even business class stuff isn't. Well, you can't like a business class. While a business class, if a structure is better suited for a crap ton of information being sent to receive, the consumer isn't built that way. Because even if you look at regular cable now, no cable TV goes as high as 720p. Because most consumers don't have a 1080p TV. Yeah, they're still trying to catch up.
Streaming the game at 480p and shit.
Huh?
Might be streaming games at 480p and shit.
Yeah, so think of it this way. I have a 4K TV now. The only way I can maximize me actually using 4K to get a 4K Blu-ray DVD player.
Yep.
And a 4K DVD. That is the only way. Other than that, I'm still running off of 1080. I'm 1080p for regular stuff. And Netflix and everything else, like these certain systems have it if it's on like streaming, but most consumers aren't going to have all that, which is why even basic cable doesn't go past 420. That's 720. So it's like the consumer is always very much behind what is like the regular consumer will always be behind. And as a result, even though you have all this stuff available to them, they're not going to have it. And if they don't have it, they can't buy what you're trying to sell. So it will always be behind for that exact reason, because you're always waiting for the consumer to catch up.
So all in all, I think the reason why so many companies are getting down with this streaming crap, because I think it's a little ridiculous that even Verizon wants to. I heard that.
Everybody wants to hop on a train,
but I think it's just because the amount of sales, the amount of money that could, the potential.
Nobody wants to be left out of something just because they decided they didn't want to do it.
It is a good idea. If it can be implemented properly, this would be a fantastic idea. And that's what I like about it. Because then I can play whatever I be at work playing Anthem for a couple minutes.
Be cheap.
I mean, I don't understand how you're going to play Anthem on your phone, because then now you got a new problem of how you're going to control stuff.
Yeah, well.
And I'm pretty sure the graphic interface, you'd have to build it to play that way, and that's also going to be time consumed.
And it's also another way to sell you something else. Cha-ching, hey, buy our phone remote.
If that's the case, then we'll be going right back to what's going on now with apps. How it used to be Netflix and Hulu. Now you have Netflix, Hulu, Fox, CBS, CNN, CBS FNN, XXX, and then it's like, well,
Yo, stupid.
All right, we'll probably end up coming back to that because that's going to be a developing story, period. Because this is not even in its infancy, it hasn't even started yet. So we're going to be coming back to the game streaming question again, but we're going to move on to a actually rather good question. This one's about anime. Are games using their anime aspect as a selling point? There seems to be an oversaturation of bad anime games. So what do y'all think? Because I don't play a whole lot of anime games.
I'm already hearing about Jump Force getting backlash already.
Yeah, because it's a bad game.
Complaining they have really bad servers.
It's a bad game.
It looks stiff as hell.
Why do you say it's a bad game?
Look at it.
It's pretty stiff.
Look at that game.
Look at it.
I haven't looked
at that game. Okay, I played the demo. I understand that things changed in the demo, but as of recently, the past years, you'll play a demo that they give you for free, and it turns out to be the same exact game you're paying $60 for. That shit needs to stop because I'm tired of that. Number one, like, so look, all these problems I see. The game comes out.
So what was another anime title that you played that was similar to what you just said?
7 Deadly Sins, trash game.
Oof. Really?
Yep.
Dang, I thought that was gonna be good. I heard good things.
That game was terrible.
What about One Justice?
One's Justice is a fun game.
Now Malik bagged on that one a little bit.
He did until he played it.
No, even after he played it, he bagged on it a little bit.
Oh, well, that's him. I thought the game. The thing was that game. The game. I won't say it takes itself seriously. Like, it's not something you're gonna go play and you're gonna go online and try to beat a top rate because it really doesn't matter in that game. The game is just fun. You feel like everything your character does feels like something they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude with the shadows, you first thing you think is that dude's probably OP because he's basically you're fighting two people. Yes, you are fighting two people. When you fight him, you are basically fighting two people. It is obnoxious, but he can't take a hit.
So, would you say that anime games are using their anime?
I say it's a balance.
Yes,
it's a balance.
Like with everything, it always depends how it's done.
Yes, but I think the biggest one, the reason why I even asked that question is because of Jump Force. When I tried it, because when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh man, this game looks great." It's
that's not the only anime game out there. We play One Piece Burning Blue. That's
what 30+ Dragon Ball games in general.
I would say 75 to 80% of those games are actually not that bad.
Dragon Ball Battle of Z was the worst Dragon Ball game I ever played.
Yes. That Tenkaichi game they released on the Xbox was just horrible.
Garbage. Oh my god.
Yeah, not the. I don't think the
first of all, that's definitely considered one of the
like Ultimate Tenkaichi. Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Where you create a character.
Garbage. Battle of Z, Ultimate Tenkaichi, and the Dragon Ball Z Connect game are all absolute trash.
But you see, the whole selling point was Dragon Ball Z, so people still went out and bought it.
Right, but other than that, all the other games were fantastic. Even the Game Boy Advance games were freaking fantastic.
Yet again, I'm not talking about those games right now. I'm talking about Jump Force because it has the biggest abundance of different anime characters in it.
The question is about all anime games.
This is true, but
I say it's a balance.
For Jump Force or just in general?
Just in general, because Jump Force just has a whole clusterfuck of people from all animes. But if you reach out to different anime games that they're from the show that they're being picked from, even One Piece was not bad. Even the Naruto games are even freaking incredible.
Yeah, there's been quite a few Naruto games and I don't even fucking like
graphics alone are amazing. Like I think there's a balance. There's some that are absolute trash, like what the Dragon Ball Z games are, for example.
You're gonna have some with that. The amount
you're gonna have some trash.
You're gonna have some trash.
Absolutely, but there's a balance. Jump Force just happens to be on the trash train right now, apparently.
And this is like I feel like it's just trying to copy Super Smash Brothers. Everybody's trying to get on that train.
Oh, the compilation.
Yeah, because PlayStation All Stars, which tried to do the same thing, didn't exactly work out.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad, but it was unbalanced like hell.
It was unbalanced because
it always seems like a good idea, but nobody can remake Smash.
Well, the thing is, Jump Force could have been a great game. They didn't put enough love into it.
I don't understand. What was the game before that was just like that? Wasn't that pretty good?
J-Star.
Wasn't that pretty good? I played that with you.
Game
That was
okay
great
for what it was, and I think that's why I was more okay with it.
Was it that?
G-Star was I played it. I kind of enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right, and it was a big arena like with multiple people fighting at once. So
was it the same people that made that Jump Force, or just completely who?
I don't know actually.
Hold on, we found out.
Because Jump Force looked like it had a lot of potential, to be honest.
It does because it looks it looks great.
The
game looks great. One problem I noticed is that people have no expressions.
Facts.
People move funny. The gameplay doesn't. It feels stiff on the controller, but it doesn't look stiff, which is weird.
Yeah, I was saying it does look. I was saying at the beginning, it does look
like it looks like it flows great, but when you put it on the controller and play it, it feels so stiff.
Soft and published by Bandai Namco.
Wait, so Bandai had a whole hand in that, and it's still
They published.
Damn.
Yeah, Bandai published it. That doesn't mean they made it.
Yeah, that made it. Well, who made it again, Eric?
Like Chunsoft.
Who?
Oh, that's a new group.
It's a Japanese.
Again, it looks great. I don't know, played it.
Yeah, it looks great, but I feel like they really dropped the ball on what that game could have been. I feel like they should have took aspects. I feel like they shouldn't have used that group because if you took, okay, let me say, everybody here's played Burning Blood, right?
Yep.
When you first play that game, it feels like shit. I'm not gonna lie. That game feels like utter trash when you first play it. But when you take the time to get to know how to play characters and stuff,
that game is so much fun.
It is, absolutely.
That was the one we was playing when a 2-player had the weird camera angle on.
Yeah, that's
yeah. But everybody's special and everything was just fantastic.
Yeah, Paramecias and hockey was a legitimate thing that you had.
Yeah, cancel each other out. Yeah,
I can see that being an esport.
That game had so much in it.
If Pokken Tournament is an esport, that game should have been an esport.
Pokken Tournament even still talked about?
No.
Yeah, in the Pokemon community.
No, it ain't.
There's always the Pokemon community doing.
Wasn't there a new version of Pokemon that came out and nobody really talked about that either?
One for the Switch? Of course they didn't talk about it. It was just the same thing with new characters.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the
I enjoyed that game though.
That's like
all Pokemon games finally end up that way.
They did.
Same. I agree with that, but I don't know why that hype died quick. That hype died quick.
What, Pokemon?
Yes, it did.
When it first came out, the hype was heavy.
It was.
It died.
It died, bro. We stopped. We played that for barely a month, and we stopped.
Only reason I stopped
The
playing
only
it
person
is
that had
I
it was
stopped
Lee.
having a system that I could
And then
play.
nobody wanted to play it because people kept losing.
I actually plan on getting that game again, but like I said, it's not that it died. It just went back to its own people. All the Pokemon fans still be playing that. Might have been I don't know about now, but a couple months ago I watched like a grand finals in that esport, and it was my man Mega Sceptile versus Gengar, and it was a fan-fucking-tastic match. Like it had me oohing and ahhing, and I hadn't played the game in a long time. It's still really fun to watch, and I can't wait till I buy it and play it again.
It's also the only game.
I'm not knocking the game. I'm talking about the hype.
Battle.
I'm talking about the hype. I'm not knocking the game. The game was fun.
Oh yeah, they ain't no hype for it unless you running with some real Pokemon heads.
Facts, because I mean, people still play Pokemon Go, and that thing died a couple years ago.
The funny thing is, there's still a community of Pokemon Go.
I know. I still have people on my freaking Facebook that still talk about it.
I still play it every now and again.
Yeah.
That shit just burnt the hell out of my old phone. I gave up.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on to Did you guys want to have a break before we go on to movies and TV, or did y'all want to roll on through?
I'm good. We can keep going.
Yeah, we can keep going. I'm straight.
Yeah.
Let's keep this train going. But all right, so we got movies and TV here. So the first question we have is: do you like Marvel Champions, or is DC's Teen Titans still the better teen hero team?
Teen Titans over Champions, and I'm going to say that.
I'm going to say for the question, Teen Titans, because I don't know a whole lot about Champions, and I added an annotation. I'm a younger fan.
Just a better dynamic with that Teen Titans group. With the Champions, there's just a better dynamic between the main three.
Now, are you only saying that because Teen Titans has been around so long, they've had enough time to
I'm not,
establish
because
themselves?
you got me more hip with Champions, because as soon as you had me read those issues, I looked into them more, because I was already a big fan of Amadeus Cho and Miles. and Nova at that point. I just really didn't know about Miss Marvel. But there's just a better dynamic between the whole Teen Titans group, and
Somebody in a
then
car?
Yeah, right.
No, my AC kicked on.
Oh, is you hot, Brad, or is you hot?
My AC, my heat, but like right above my
Your
bed.
furnace kicked on. I know what that sounds like.
Yeah. But
Leave Elijah. My question is, because it's under movies and TV, is there a Marvel Champions movie or TV show in the
Did I
works?
really put it on the movies? I thought I put it on the comics.
Oh, so it's, it's okay.
What? Either way.
Yeah, I probably put it on the comics.
Oh,
We're gonna be coming up to that soon.
Oh, it did get moved up to movies and TV. My bad.
well, I mean, I just think it's just there's a lot of better dynamic between Miles, what's her name, Kamala, Kamala, and Sam.
Don't forget about Viv.
Well, see, I've read the comics over. Like, it's just really not much. There's more dynamic between her and Vision, between her and the team. Just like with Amadeus. Amadeus has a better dynamic with his sister more than with team. Cyclops is the oddball. Obviously.
I think the main problem that I see in Champions is they keep breaking off into comics and then coming back and then not telling you what happened.
Exactly.
Like there was spoilers. I'm about to say spoilers. There's an issue in Champions where all of a sudden Viv is human.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell you, in like one of the pages, it says, go back and read this. It's like, why do I need to go back and read this different comic to find out what happened?
Huh.
Yeah,
that's the thing I don't like about what
they broke off in the new, because they tried to balance it, because before they had Champions, they were with the new all different Avengers, where Sam Wilson was still Captain America, Jane Foster still was Thor, and all that. And so they were balancing between that Avenger storyline and trying to break off the Champion storyline, and it did not mix well at all.
No, they should have left when the Champions became the Champions. They're staying the Champions for a while.
Yes.
Like I don't mind people disappearing and coming back, but if they disappear and come back, make them still the same.
Yeah, they didn't tie in or didn't make that story consistent at all. They didn't tie it in as well as Marvel usually does. Actually,
the one that
because this segues perfectly into one of my more important questions, because we're going to jump straight into comics. So should I be reading Champions comic? Which arc should I be reading, and what else should
There's only one arc.
There's only one arc. It's just one straight storyline. Yeah.
But the one thing you might have to do to get explanation is
it worth my read.
Yeah,
I would have to show you what Elijah can give you the better detail for the Champions line, but I can give you the break apart story from the all different Avengers comics to get you like on the right track, because like I said, it's very confusing. They don't tie it in very well, so you have to like read that separate Avengers storyline and Champions to kind of get a better idea of like what Elijah said about Viv and Vision and Amadeus, and then the whole the trinity of the Champions.
Also, Viv's backstory is dark as fuck.
It's because Vision's dark as fucking at Avengers comic, bro. It's weird.
Man,
I was blown.
Literally, like, give me a list of comics to read, because I know Elijah, you had some suggestions for me, including Sonic. Because I read a couple issues of the Sonic from what IDW.
So, okay, hold on. Are we in the comic book section at this point?
Yeah, we're in the comic. We jump straight to comic.
Yeah, read the Sonic comic, son. The fact that it is now right after Sonic Forces, like we are in the full the Sonic game universe. Like that is where this comic is, and it's not departing into alternate realities in that timelines and stuff like Archie comics did, which they were still good. They were cool to read because they were said to be 100% canon.
That whole storyline is hella confusing.
Yeah, just like with that elephant that could literally crush.
Yeah, bro, I was so confused. I was like, why is he broken? But
back to was it ICM? I think are the ones that made it. And what's funny is the people
ICM or IDW.
IDW. I said ICM. I always mess it up. IDW is made up of like maybe half of the people that worked on the Sonic Archie comics, which is hilarious. But anybody that's played Sonic Forces, most people don't like it. But if you played through it and you watch the ending, I don't know if I feel like I'm gonna spoil it because nobody cares about Sonic Forces anyway. But
spoil it. Just
spoil it.
Coming if you don't want to get spoiled. If you're listening to the Sonic,
yeah,
fast forward it.
Right now. It's fast forwarded.
5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, spoil it.
All right, so what happens at the end is when they defeat Eggman, when he has the Phantom Ruby, that man just disappears.
Eggman disappears?
You don't know where he went. He just
All right.
he was just gone, like got sucked into a vortex and disappeared. Now in the
pulled a red skull?
Huh?
You pulled a red skull, basically?
Basically. And in the comics, they start off right after that. Now the problem that's going on is you got the Batniks that don't have a leader, so they're just randomly doing stuff. And they assume they haven't seen Eggman for, I think this is like maybe a couple weeks or a month after it happened. Damn. No word, no letters, no conniving, anything, just nothing, just absolute nothing. That man's just gone. Damn. And everybody's assuming, without saying the word, that he's dead. Because there's nothing, there's no signs of him. But I'm not going to spoil a comic. There is another villain that shows up. And it leads into some other stuff that's lit. And it's they're doing it right. I want to say they're doing a Sonic story right.
Was this what we saw at the comic book store that day?
Yes, those are those
comics. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it right.
Comic shop.
They're not. We went to Third Eye Comics. That's how we found the new Sonic comics. In the first place.
I have to go down.
But the fact that they're not going too fast, they're going at a very good speed, and they're making sure you know what's going on. You know what's happening. Like it feels like I'm reading a Marvel comic, but it's Sonic. I know what's happening. I know what's going on. I'm getting excited for what's going to happen next because of how they end it. They're adding in new characters. Finally, ones that aren't copycats. So it's a good read. You can get it on Comixology for like maybe the older ones are like $3 a piece. Or you can just buy the volume for like $7.
You know me.
Yeah.
Comiccastle.org. All right, Brandon. What are you reading that I should probably take a look at? What are you thinking?
The new Guardians. You should.
I saw some stuff.
Bro, the lineup. I'm telling y'all, the lineup Marvel has for these new teams is just.
The new Avengers got Conan in it. I'm like, what?
That's the Savage Avengers. The actual OG Avengers team is still broken. They get smacked around by name.
No shirt. Like, who the fuck needs a child? I need a loincloth.
As Guardians of the Galaxy, you should read that as well.
So I should be looking at the IDW series of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I should be looking at the new Guardians lineup.
New Guardians, new Avengers.
Renew your vows, Spider-Man.
Yep, and then if you want to do DC, just do Dark Knight Metal. That's the best one actually so far.
Okay, I dig it. Y'all gonna have to give me a little list of the chat. So, but all right, so let's go on to anime because I don't know what I should be looking at as far as anime because I've been so out of it. I've been watching quite a few TV shows that I'm going to go over real quick.
Okay, I'm just going to pull up the question I said.
Actually.
Was Dragon Ball Super actually good, or is nostalgia blinding people?
Yes,
I think the fan service did kind of blind a lot of people for the majority of the show. I'm not going to lie.
Because I feel like Dragon Ball Super in a whole other than Tournament of Power,
it's a fan service
garbage.
I'll give my opinion on it after y'all go in on this because I kind of come at Dragon Ball Z with normally very fresh eyes because I don't watch a lot of Dragon Ball.
Well, my opinion on that whole of Super it was drawn out. Like the first 2 seasons was literally a rehash of the first.
I think the Goku Black arc was drawn out way too long. Honestly.
I liked how the manga handled that fight different. I didn't.
Black.
It's been like manhandled by Goku Black so quickly. It's like ain't no way you dash. I don't care how gifted a fighter you are. You ain't beat Vegeta off the strength in the first fight.
Nah.
Something that bothered me about the whole Zamasu thing was the idea of it was cool until you found out it was basically a Ginyu storyline.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't an
Yeah,
evil
that
Goku.
was
It was
my
somebody that
thing.
took over Goku's
Like
body.
I thought it was a
ruined it for
Goku
me.
that landed on Earth, that grew up and still had the savagery of a Saiyan.
That's what I thought because I always wanted a what if story on Goku.
And I was like, this is great. I can't wait to watch it. When I found out it was some guy that
I
took
was
his
like,
body,
yeah,
it
I
was
was like,
like,
fuck this.
what?
There's some fucking chunk.
I ain't this none of that did anything. The only thing good that came out of that arc for me was Trunks and his transformation.
Then what was that arc going on with that purple thing that was looking like Vegeta? What the hell was that?
Garbage, bruh. This man had a pacifier in his mouth. I
I
skipped that
feel
whole
like they were
thing.
trying to
I'm
rehash a baby Vegeta fucking storyline, but worse.
Nah.
yeah,
It was worse. It was
story.
worse. This man had a baby pacifier in his mouth, talking like, "You're not gonna beat me." Like, what?
Yeah, it was to prevent something. It was like
So
hilarious.
cheese, bro. Even
when he didn't know the difference until Goku said something about it.
yeah.
But that was like it was really just had two new arcs, and that was Goku Black and a Tournament of Power.
And the tournament power, or the tournament before that with Hit in them.
Oh yeah.
So those two were great.
Oh yeah, I forgot
The Resurrection F storyline, honestly, anything involving
Just watch the
Resurrection
movie
F,
instead because it was better anyway.
it was better. Resurrection F above is actually better for me. Besides Goku Black, anything else with that, like in the Battle of Gods during Super was trash. Actually, the animation was horrid. Oh my
So,
goodness.
do y'all think it's the nostalgia that brought a lot of people to watch this series?
Yeah.
I'd say for the first half of the series, yes, absolutely.
It's like for the people who've actually watched the movies, they're you never got over it. So you're just like, oh, he released a new movie, I'm gonna go see it. He released another new movie, I'm gonna go see it. They're bringing it back, Dragon Ball, I'm gonna watch it. And then you're like, I watched them. It's like the first 60 plus episodes are just the first two movies in episode form.
Yeah, and it was a cheap episode form, which made me mad because it's like they really didn't try because like they already had the movies out. So I was like,
that was just like, to me, that's just considered filler when you could have just easily started after the movie.
Absolutely,
brought new things into
easily could have.
And that also made the movies not canon.
The movies are still canon.
They're canon, but
like again with this not canon.
They're canon, but I don't really know how to follow that exactly. But
I want to bring up something else about Dragon Ball Super. Somebody had something on Reddit that was ridiculous. They were trying to say that Kale and Caulifla were not canon. Now,
Caulifla?
You got it. Kale and it's Caulifla. Yeah, I actually looked at her name like 20 times to make sure it's Caulifla. It's
why
weird.
would that even be a thing that they're not canon?
Because somebody found out that Akira Toriyama did not make Kale.
Akira Toriyama didn't even write anything for Super. He just supervised.
It has his name on it, didn't it?
But the thing that's dumb is that people were saying because he didn't make them, they're not canon.
That's garbage.
I was like, that's the dumbest analysis I've ever heard in my life.
Well,
they're like literally in the manga. They're canon.
Yes,
they're in the manga. They're in the anime.
They're in the anime. They're in the arc themselves. That whole arc is canon. How do you exclude them from being?
I don't know.
That's dumb.
I don't know what these people were going on about.
That's
Once
dumb.
I heard that like Dragon Ball GT was like not canon, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what?
Yeah,
why are they all the same
They
character?
made it not canon. And
Now here's my thing: how can Xenoverse be canon, but fucking GT is not?
Wait, Xenoverse is canon?
Xenoverse is fucking canon.
What?
Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta are canon. Yes,
They're fucking canon.
But GT's not.
The whole Xenoverse game, that whole universe.
Yeah,
is
the whole
fucking
universe, the whole
canon.
Time Patrol thing is canon. Yes, that's
But
why they worked so
GT's
hard
not
on those
canon.
games.
How
It
does
was
that
very
make
hard.
any sense?
What?
They did work hard on those games, Elijah. And
I
Akira
understand
did
that, but
have,
how does that make GT?
because
not
Akira
canon?
didn't have as much of a hand in GT as he did in Xenoverse, bruh.
Who cares?
Side project.
Especially when you put Super Saiyan 4 in Xenoverse.
That's just but you gotta make your fans.
That's
happy, too.
fan service, bruh. That was straight fan service in Xenoverse.
I don't give a flying fuck.
I think
Super Saiyan 4 will always, forever be better than Super Saiyan God. Do not care.
But like, while everybody will agree that Super Saiyan 4 is probably one of the best transformations they have.
Yep.
Toriyama was done. The manga ended, and that was it. He had no hand in GT.
Nope. Not one. Not really.
They made that whole thing up just to appease more people.
What I find weird is just because the main person who made it doesn't have a part of it instantly makes it not canon.
Yes.
Well, that's like saying Stan Lee. Like, what? Come on, bro.
If you made artwork, you made an entire series, you're done with it. Somebody else pretty much makes a fan service to continue it.
Yes.
Would you consider that part of your universe?
If I like it, yeah.
Well, Akira didn't like it that much, apparently.
So yeah, because to me that would be like saying that Black Suit Spidey's not canon because Todd McFarlane drew Black Suit Spidey, even though that's
Stan Lee put him in probably the biggest Marvel event, almost one of the biggest Marvel events to date, Secret Wars. So that's kind of.
But it's crazy to me that just because somebody else made something that you didn't make, but
Stan Lee liked the idea. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby liked the idea of Black Spider-Man. That's why they put him in Secret Wars.
And y'all just said that the homie didn't like Dragon Ball GT whatsoever.
No, not as much.
Like if you had to, for something to become canon in your universe, you have to approve it first.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of changing because I didn't know that he didn't fucking like Dragon Ball GT.
I wouldn't say he didn't like it. Like he was flattered by the idea because GT took off. It did take off, but it just wasn't Akira's baby. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he was just mad because he wasn't getting the credit.
He wasn't really mad, but he was flattered. He liked it. He just didn't like it enough to make it canon. He didn't like it. He even likes Team 4-Star to a point. I'm sorry, to a point. To a point. And their work.
Yeah, their work is so funny. Yeah.
It's hilarious. But he liked GT. He just didn't like it enough to make it canon.
Now, do y'all think Super was overall? What do y'all think? Was it actually great? Was the nostalgia right to bring you back to this?
The only thing great about it was Tournament of Power. Let's just be real.
So I didn't even watch Tournament of Power.
I'm just gonna be real. Tournament of Power and some of the tournament before that, prior to the Destroyer tournament, was the best part, honestly, to me.
Like as far as like the characters, you see even more growth from Vegeta as a character.
Yep.
You see
more stupidity from Goku. Good God Almighty.
You realize how a lot of things Goku really is.
Man is a complete dunce.
Like he is so single-mindedly focused on
fighting.
I'm trying to be the strongest there is that he puts so many other things at risks and doesn't really care.
He still makes me so mad.
I'm not gonna lie, he got some balls of humongous steel, man, for going up against the god of everything and chilling and giving high fives and shit like nobody cares.
He's so carefree.
Fucking dummy.
This dude had not one single F in the world. I'll give Goku that.
Like countless times how Goku's a bad dad. He's just like, he's like, Vegeta wouldn't go to the tournament of power because his child's about to be born. He's like, I'm not about to catch that work from.
I love that. I loved it.
Vegeta had an amazing character arc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. He for him being like hated by Akira, he had one of the best, if not the best, character development arc.
He hated Vegeta.
Yeah, but he did not like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why Vegeta always kept getting dogged in all the movies, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
And then, like, and even in the Broly movie, they mentioned like you see even more growth there. They're like when Whis asks Goku, "Why do you want to be stronger?" He's like, "Because I fought so many strong people." And then Vegeta's just like, "Because you brought back Frieza."
That was dumb. I got something to say about GT real quick.
Go on.
Akira Toriyama said in an interview that it is basically a side story. He's not saying it's not canon. He said it's just a side story.
This is like the Han Solo.
I literally heard an interview where he said he was not canon at all. But that was a long time ago, though.
This one is in 2013.
Where is it?
I read about that before that, so maybe he changed his mind. I don't know. He could. I mean, he's a creator, so he can change his mind whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. He can just be like instantly, "Yeah, it's canon. It's not canon."
I guess we'll figure that out when Super decides it wants to end.
I mean, since they introduced Broly, I don't think that's going to end anytime soon, honestly. especially after that movie and how much money that shit made. Nah,
Ooh, I'm gonna buy that on DVD.
fuck right, yo.
But all right, let's move on to the final topic: movies and TV. So, actually, let's at the very top we got some trailers. So, did anybody see the trailer to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
No, they're making that a movie. Oh boy,
kids like I did.
bro, it's just like Goosebumps. They're making it. Oh,
Yo, it was like Scary Stories in the Dark was borderline adult books with the pictures. It was moms were trying to get those books out of libraries for a long time.
but they were trying to do that to Goosebumps too. What you mean?
Yeah, but I understand. I kind of looking back at those books, I somewhat understand why.
Goosebumps ran that line too. Come on, Eric.
But
Was it Animorphs like borderline almost there?
But at the same time, it's like no, it's still a kid's book. It's just a kid's horror book. And to me, there's nothing wrong with it. But regardless, there's a trailer from my man Guillermo del Toro, directing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Okay.
And if you look at the trailer and you look at the pictures in the book, they're almost 1-to-1. He didn't even really have to work very hard. And it's fucking creepy, and I love it. And I'm going to see that bitch, and y'all need to watch that trailer because that movie's gonna be fucking dope.
I just found something cool.
Speaking of dope, let's move on to the Hobbs and Shaw trailer because Fast and Furious.
I think it'll be decent.
They are now creating a Fast and Furious universe, and they now are. To me, they are.
They took it a little too far with Idris Elba becoming a superhuman.
Nah, fuck that. It's perfect.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's a little too far because I was just confused where we went from.
Man, they took it too far.
Like Skyline. Yeah, they did though.
Fast forward, they took it too far.
Yeah, when Vin Diesel literally flew out the car and catch Michelle Rodriguez and landed in another car across the highway, I was like, well, okay.
It's too far. That was too far.
I'm gonna watch it, bro, because Rock got a couple of his wrestling buddies to go in there too. So I'm gonna watch that.
Everybody's gonna watch that.
Also, since we're talking about trailers, before I get into the Brie Larson thing, have you guys watched the trailer for Brightburn?
No.
Brightburn?
Y'all, you guys need to. This is a James Gunn directed movie, and it's basically an evil Superman or Superman kid movie.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'll see that. I'll be seeing
Y'all haven't seen Wiggs, Elijah, you haven't seen the Brightburn trailer?
No.
It's a little too much. Oh, it's made by Sony, but look up Brightburn.
It's kid Superman evil.
Yes, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's tight. It's really tight.
Also, Elijah, you might notice a marking in that movie that looks similar to an anime that we watched. Or that I don't know if you still watch. Yes. Do you know? But you watch Berserk, right, Elijah?
No, I've never seen the whole thing.
Does anybody watch Berserk here?
It is. First time I seen it, it's almost garbage. I was like, "What the fuck am I?"
Yeah, there's like a symbol in there, Eric, that represents that's similar to one of the symbols in Berserk. Actually, it's almost identical.
Is Guts wearing it?
I don't remember.
Or is his boy that raped his bitch the one that's wearing it?
I think it's somebody associated with Guts. Someone is. It's like a group of them though.
Y'all should. Well, depends on how, because that the Berserk movies, the ones on Netflix that I watched, they're fucked up. They're fucked up.
They're terrible. Pete Brightburn, Wiggins, and Elijah. Two, I'm gonna talk about that Brie Larson thing.
Yes.
Brie Larson made a comment. I think it was at a press conference somewhere across the seas, and she basically kind of made the SAWs mad because she was like, I want to make this movie, but I don't want the majority of the white privileged males to something. I was like, wow. She bit herself in the ass on that. Like, I don't want just the privileged white males to put in their 2 cents. I want everybody, to come see this, not just the privileged white males that like superheroes and blah 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 blah. I was like, wow. That is a risky comment.
It is.
Risky, and she made a lot of people mad.
I'm glad.
That's a movie ruining comment.
That is a movie room. Any comment? There's so many comments on Facebook,
But it
YouTube,
fucking
IG that were like, all right.
That's the problem. That shouldn't stop that movie from being as successful as it fucking should be. Like
I mean, being that she technically is right, though.
she just saying that she wants. You know,
The way people took it, especially the SAWs, is that it was a racist comment. But how I took it
SJW,
and how I comprehended it is that she just wants other people of different races or backgrounds to embrace it more than just, you know, the quote unquote.
I think she's saying she doesn't want a Black Panther. If you get
no, she's saying she wants a bigger thing than that. She wants everybody to see.
Exactly. She doesn't want a Black Panther. Black Panther was majority Black people watched it.
And Captain Marvel would be majority white people.
She wants it to be everyone.
Yes, exactly. That's
so she doesn't want a Black Panther.
Right. But the way she worded it, people took that way out of context and blew it up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, actually, I'm okay with that because if anybody says anything about Black people, it gets blown up too.
Yeah. Anything about anything because
if you're gonna do it about Black people, Indian people, whatever, then when it happens to white people, it should happen too.
Yeah, then white people shouldn't be safe in this.
Exactly.
No.
So no, I'm fine with it. If people are angry,
I never said it was a bad thing. Like she
it ain't gonna stop me from seeing the motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm still gonna go see the movie.
I'm gonna go see it regardless. Like, I feel like it might. I feel like it could be a better movie than Wonder Woman. Honestly, I'm gonna say that. I feel like Wonder Woman just didn't do it for me, bro. I like Wonder Woman, the whole movie, but it just
Wonder Woman was fantastic, fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10.
I think Captain Marvel is a really good, really strong case against the Wonder Woman movie as far as female-led movie.
Yes, I feel that way. That's why I feel like it'll be better. Plus,
I could honestly see her taking over the Avengers.
That's the point. That's what Kevin Feige wants to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like Captain Marvel if she's the only one that can beat Thanos. Because that's not the case in any comic.
It should definitely be. She helps out a lot, but it definitely should be.
Yeah, she should help out a lot. Like I would mind if her and Thor tag team, Thor and a whole tag team on Thanos, but Captain Marvel solo and Thanos, no.
Nah, that would be kind of.
No. I just feel like they're gonna do that because you know what I mean. They need a strong female lead to lead the Avengers since the OGs are probably going to die or leave or both.
From what I understand, I feel like Captain America's not going to die. He's just going to retire.
He's dying, bro. That's just fact.
To be honest, I'm expecting him to die, but I need to do some further research. But I heard that he might come back a little bit here and there.
I would hope so. I heard about that about Tony Stark and Robert Downey. I haven't even heard anything about like Scarlett or Jeremy Renner doing anything about Black Widow or Hawkeye after this movie. Like nothing. You don't know anything.
A Black Widow movie?
At one point,
that was green lighted, but we haven't heard anything about a script or nothing yet.
There are way more female.
I don't want a Black Widow movie. I don't care about a Black Widow.
So many more.
I really honestly don't. Like there's really no point.
Give me a She-Hulk movie. I would love to see She-Hulk. That would be tight.
I don't think she's coming anytime soon.
No, probably not, but I would love to see it.
I wouldn't even see a movie. I think she would be good on like one of the Disney streaming service as a show. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Because we already know that shows about superhero lawyers work. I mean, look at Daredevil. Look at
that. Oh my god! The fact that they canceled that show. That's sad.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, he wants to come back as Daredevil. Actually, everybody wants to come back. Kingpin wants to come back. So
because to make a power play.
I mean, Kingpin would definitely be a great villain for Spider-Man, but then again, that just would not mix in the movies. Honestly, for me,
I think if they tried hard enough, that they could make all these like the R-rated stuff characters fit into the PG-13.
Bro, I don't know, bro. That's like watering them down. You know what I mean?
But as long as to me, if I can see my rated R Deadpool in a movie with making fun of like I don't know Captain America or something like that. That's fucking tight. Let me see Deadpool interact with the Avengers real quick, in a PG-13 way.
I want that. Everybody's waiting for that. I'm sure it's all waiting for that.
Like just like with the Venom one, like yo, you should have like. I'm in the minority. I didn't mind the Venom movie. I thought it was fine. But
Actually, that got a lot more slack than what it should have got.
Him rated R, and it just PG-13 him when he's on screen with Spider-Man. Call it a day. I'd be fine with that. I want to see Spider-Man and Venom. When he's in his own movie, R. When he's in Spider-Man, Spider-Verse.
Of Spider-Man, how do you guys feel about Mysterio being the villain of Far From Home?
It's gonna be fucking tight. Jake Gyllenhaal, sexy ass.
Whoa.
Gay.
I got a man crush on Jake Gyllenhaal.
You got a man crush on a lot of people. I'm starting to question you now.
Him and Jason Momoa too.
Yeah, I got a man crush on Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
and The Rock. But those two, that's about it.
Yeah,
That's normal for guys to have man crushes on The Rock, though.
yeah, that's pretty.
I don't.
Well, I care, Elijah.
Oh, is that how you feel?
No.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the final topic of the day, and that's gonna be what shows you guys been watching? Because I've been watching quite a few.
I watch
watching any new TV shows, maybe any Netflix shows, series, anything like
I'm
that.
actually getting into The Office,
Oh God.
you going back?
and for some odd reason, I'm mad at myself and beating myself up that I have not watched this show earlier.
I haven't either.
I can't stand The Office.
I think it's
gonna make a
just
lot of people mad if they actually listen to this.
I
cannot
to watch Parks and Rec.
It's not as funny.
Parks and Rec was hilarious.
I don't care.
I like The Office for what it is, but I've actually been watching that and Friends back to back, honestly, because I've been on my white people show. I love white people.
White
No
sitcoms.
racist. But I've been trying to catch up on anime as well. Blue Exorcist and that Clover show that Eric got me hip with.
Clover.
Yeah,
That got me hip. Other than that, I've seen so much for Attack on Titan. I just don't really care to watch it right now.
Nah.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. The second season, I think, or whatever the case was, it confused the hell out of me, and I just stopped watching.
Okay.
I was completely lost.
You got Mob Psycho 100 season 2.
So what you been watching? Wicked over there?
Nothing. I've been slacking.
No, he's flying. He's flying, talking to us. I'm sorry.
Levi, Elijah, you been watching anything? Any TV shows?
I'm trying to keep up with Mob Psycho.
Pornhub? Oh, all right.
What'd you say?
He's been watching Pornhub specials.
I mean, you're not wrong. But
Nah,
I look at Brazzers for that stuff. But
Brazzers.
Is it Brazzers?
How did you disrespect them, bro? They come in clutch. Especially
They come in
Valentine's Day. They come in clutch. What you mean?
What the fuck is a clutch?
Clutch.
Oh,
Clutch.
clutch. Okay, I was sitting there like, what? Okay.
This guy.
Whatever. Mob Psycho 100 season 2. I'm trying to keep up with it. I finally finished Steven Universe.
So the season 2 of Mob Psycho, is that the anime?
I am
very
vaguely familiar with Mob Psycho. I know the art style is lit.
Yeah,
animation style is, but what's it about?
It's basically about this kid who has these stupid psychic powers, but he wants to be a regular kid. And he ends up meeting this guy who is a fake psychic that solves psychic problems and uses him. And he's the one that kind of tells him, you shouldn't use your powers on people in order to make friends and this, that, and the fourth. Also because he's trying to basically abuse him, but at the same time, he's right.
Yep.
You shouldn't do that. And this kid is weak at everything. He even joined a bodybuilding club and he's trash at it, but he keeps doing it because he wants to basically be regular. He wants to be normal.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is he's a very likable character. He's a weird dude, but he's super likable.
Yep.
And low-key dumb strong.
Yes. Steven Universe finally ended.
Was it sad?
Did you watch the 4-episode special?
I heard that thing.
Bro, I have not. I told you I have not been on the Steven Universe train.
Son.
But I heard Hargrove got me hip to that too as well.
Man.
I heard it gets really
I heard there's a
emotional.
lot of
It
emotion.
does. But there was something that happened that I was not expecting.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't fucking cry. What the hell?
Don't lie.
I'm
But all right, let me
not lying.
go over what I've been watching. I've watched Killing Eve, which is probably
Trash.
the first season.
I've never even heard of it.
It's on Hulu. It's a show about
I don't have fucking
a person who
It's garbage. I'm just kidding.
Margaret Cho, who works for I think MI5, who is investigating a series of assassinations and ended up starting to get obsessed with this chick, this assassin chick. And,
Bye, Wig.
Okay, all right, Wiggins, you got to go.
Bye, Wig. Love you. Bye.
So, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Goodbye. But yeah, so the main character kind of ends up by the end of the show being weirdly obsessed with the assassin that she's tasked with investigating, and it's extremely interesting. Probably the smartest show that I watched in all of 2018. And season 2 is coming out soon, so I will be on top of that. Highly suggested y'all watch Killing Eve. I don't have
Hulu. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, you should get Hulu. But you should.
That's I'm behind on The Gifted. Cloak and Dagger about to come out again.
Oh word! I gotta finish watching that.
Son, I can't catch up.
But don't forget Deadly Class and Umbrella Academy. Deadly Class is essentially Hogwarts for assassins.
I keep hearing about Umbrella Academy. I don't know what's about.
It's pretty much.
I keep thinking that it's like Resident Evil because Umbrella.
That's the same thing I said.
Umbrella Academy. No. Umbrella Academy. It's not really a spoiler because the best way to explain the show is by explaining the first scene to me. Russian chick gives birth to 7 kids who all have superpowers, and this is immaculate conception because she jumped into a pool. Before she jumped into a pool, mind you, she's like, I don't know, I want to say 15, 16. She was not pregnant, flat belly, everything, fine. She was spitting game to some dude before she jumped into the pool, but that's besides the point. Jumps into the pool gets filled up with blood. Turns out she's got a big belly, and next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she gives birth to 7 kids. Billionaire eccentric dude comes through, buys these 7 kids, find out they all have superpowers, and the show is based on these kids later on in life, 17 or I think they're in their 30s or something. They're all adults, and the apocalypse is about to go down. That's the show, Deadly Class. Fantastic.
And what they got to fight, be heroes.
They gotta figure out how to stop the apocalypse.
Right, but they have superpowers.
Yeah,
Are they dope superpowers or are they cheeseball superpowers?
It's they're actually pretty dope. One dude is like
you know what I'm talking about.
One chick, she can control people with her voice. One dude could teleport through time and space. Like I feel like they specifically
that's pretty broken.
made it clear that he can teleport through time and space.
He can solo everybody like that. Like that. What the hell?
Who transformed to some weird octopus monster, probably a type monster.
The Kraken?
He transforms and has a bunch of tentacles. You don't really get to see exactly.
Or he looks like what Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
and then there's one regular chick played by Ellen Page, and there's another guy
from Last of Us.
Like a supernatural power, can speak to the dead and whatnot.
So are they a team?
Yeah, they went their separate ways as they got older because drama ensues when you get older.
I think I might have to watch this. It's on
It's
Hulu?
really good. You can watch all of it on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix? Oh, all right.
On Netflix right now.
You know what I'm talking about? Cheeseball powers, Elijah, like those cheeseball quirks in freaking My Hero.
Or you mean the guy in Marvel that literally his power is he can take off his arm?
Yeah, or
you gotta fill some space, man. That's what that is.
You can squirt water out your hands like a little water gun. That's power. Like, oh, it's a quirk. Leave him alone. Squirt. Super soaker hands ass motherfucker.
Yo.
So, but all right. So, if that's all y'all been watching, then that probably wraps up the show.
I'm trying to think. There's something else I've been watching. I just
any closing thoughts? Anybody got any closing thoughts?
I just can't wait for Avengers Endgame. We've all grew up 10 years plus with these movies, and I just can't wait to see it end and see where it goes from there. Honestly,
price drops on Marvel films that are in 4K.
I can't wait to go through the whole collection again with my daughters.
Facts, bro.
Better buy them before they become rare.
It's good.
I
Yeah,
got the whole
doing that,
collection.
now.
On God, I bought them. Me and my dad bought them individually as they kept getting released. So
I ran out because I kept not having money when stuff came out. I still don't have Black Panther.
I ain't got a lot. I don't have
that one got sold out so fast.
It's back in Best Buy and stuff. I couldn't find Venom yesterday. I was getting pissed.
I don't understand why that movie gets backlash.
Amazon to get everything.
Because people didn't get exactly what they want. You know how fickle people are.
But all right,
let's
get that. Let's get down with plugs. So anybody doing anything that you want any listeners to know about?
My IG handle,
Instagrams. Yep.
_Blasian_1.
Go ahead and make sure y'all go ahead and drop him a follow or two.
Pretty please.
Okay. All right, and so we got Elijah. What you got? Where else?
I got Leviathan Strauss at Instagram. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. And then there's also like Zogia Studios where I make designs for t-shirts. It's not a label yet. Right now I'm basically just doing mostly fan art and just random shit. But the label stuff, give that about probably the middle of the year.
Yep. I feel you. You can also find me on Instagram at King Phoenix, Twitter at King Phoenix, IGN on Xbox, Lord Phoenix, Phoenix spelled PHYNIXX. And that being said, we're going to close out to a good friend of mine. His name's Five. You can find him on SoundCloud. I'll put links in and whatnot on the show. And we're gonna close out with this.
I don't give a fuck about nothing. You in my way, then I'ma get you out. I seen many slain take a different route. They tried to snake me, that's a different story. Now it's tales of this murder. Someone run and tell the kids.
Thanks for stopping by.
I'm in the mood for some
listening.
In the beginning, it would have been. Came up, rubbing ninjas with me. Shouts to Kabuto, fuck 'em out, even Naruto. I'm prepared to go as far as need be, like immortality. Snatch your body once every 3 years. What you see here is and know they got core. Just to be sure, I'm Orochimaru. 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 They compare me to a snake. I can see it, it's all young Tsunade. Super stupid with the tongue slip. All I wanted was the Sharingan. They say I'm crazy, I think they're right. Ultimate being is what I want. Fuck the Akatsuki, Kakashi, Jiraiya, Sasori, Sasuke, and everybody. Man, fuck all of these ninjas. Runaway Shinobi, missing me. Make missing persons a reality. On my white snake, here we go again. Using them hidden shadow hands. I'm conjuring Manda. You gon' need an armada. Cause I'm Orochimaru. Orochimaru. Orochimaru.